Hey, welcome to the podcast. And sometimes in my podcast, I just talk about a specific topic that comes to my mind that I want to share more about. And other times, I read a blog out loud because I'm writing blogs on a regular basis and I know people are struggling with screen time. So, in this episode, I read a blog out loud and I wrote this blog, a few months ago because a member mentioned like my body sometimes feels like it urges for action. And I could so relate to her comments that I thought, hey, let's write a blog about this. So again, I will read it out loud. So just sit back and listen, and I hope it will help you. My body urges for action, plugged into an electric socket. 4 ways to release this feeling. Can a concussion make you feel hyper and restless? In the first 2 years after sustaining my concussion, I often felt so hyper and restless. Over time, I learned this has something to do with anxiety. I find it difficult to describe this restless feeling, but when a member of the community shared more about it, I could totally relate to her words. She called it a hyper feeling, like your body orders for action, and another member mentioned it feels like you're plugged into an electric socket. This is exactly how I felt, and I think that's the best way to describe it. How does this hyper feeling feel? Again, it's so hard to describe how it feels, but these are a few ways to describe it, based on my own feelings and comments from members. Plugged into an electric socket. It feels like your body urges for action. I don't feel like this all the time. In the beginning, I felt this feeling way more often, but right now it's mostly an average of once a week, once a month, or when I'm lucky, less than that. It happens when I get overstimulated from too much screen time, or when I drink too much coffee, I have too many social appointments, or I'm in a busy environment. Just when there are too many stimuli and my brain can't process them. This hyper feeling isn't only in my brain, but also in my body. It's a restless feeling, and it's like this feeling can't get out, so my body and mind are stuck in this circle of action. Because it's feeling restless, it's looking for more things, more action, which of course only makes it worse. What do I do when my body urges for action? When I get this hyper feeling, my body and mind are constantly looking for action. I notice I'm checking my phone more often, I'm doing more things in the house, start looking for tasks to do, make lists of more tasks, and when I sit down, I immediately start looking for the next task. During those moments, it's so hard to calm down and do nothing. Over time, I learned this is a red flag, and the only thing I need to do when this happens is to slow down. So, right now, I forced myself to slow down. This was something I didn't do in my first 2 years. I just kept going and got a huge setback. How to release this hyper feeling? So, right now, I noticed I need to calm down. There are a few things that help me to release this hyper feeling. The first one, gentle exercise. In my opinion, exercise is medicine. I use this when I'm anxious, when I feel fatigue, when I'm down, but also when I have this restless feeling. It makes it possible to clear my mind and get some oxygen to the brain. I especially set gentle exercise because this helps me the best in this situation. This can be a gentle walk in nature, some cycling, maybe dancing, you name it. The second one, yoga and meditation. These two things work so well. It's sometimes hard to meditate because it can make me feel frustrated a bit when I feel that restlessness. But when I do yoga, I focus on my body as well, and it feels like my mind body connection gets restored, giving me a feeling of calm and control. The third one, deep breathing exercises. Your breath is such an amazing tool to control your body. By using deep breathing exercises, you can give your body a sign to relax. You can control the fight flight mode. The fourth one, palming. Rub your hands until they are warm and cover your eyes with the palms of your hands to make it dark. The energy and warmth you generate from rubbing your hands and the dark you created make you feel more relaxed. It's like a reset, and I immediately feel the restless feeling is reducing. I do this many times during the day. It's not always easy. My body and mind are in conflict. When I get this restless feeling, it's not always easy to just calm down. For example, my mind says, I can't exercise, you are too fatigued, you're not feeling well, but my body needs it. I always feel better when I do gentle exercise. It doesn't have to be a 1 hour workout, only a simple 20-minute walk can do wonders. But we are all different, and it can also be the other way around. Sometimes your body needs rest because your mind is in overdrive, or exercise can be a trigger to turn on the fight flight mode. When you notice that's the case, my advice is to go for guided meditation and breathing exercises. Don't forget to always listen to your body. Your body is always right. Thoughts can distract you from what you need. And you will notice what works best for you to reduce this restless feeling. Thank you for listening to my podcast. I really hope this was helpful for you. If it was, and if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube, would you maybe do one small thing in return? Leave a short review or thumbs up on YouTube. The more reviews this podcast will get, the easier it is for other people to find this podcast and to feel less alone and lost in their journey. Oh, and one last thing. I would love it if you share a helpful episode on Instagram in a post or in a story and tag the Concussion Community in it. Or you can always send me a direct message. I love to see who is listening. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time.